In the heart of Los Angeles, surrounded by chaos, crime, and flickering neon signs, stands a building whose name alone can send chills down the spine. The Cecil Hotel. It's not just a hotel. It's a monument to human suffering, a silent witness to some of the darkest chapters in the city's history. Tourists pass by without a second glance, unaware of the pain and fear embedded in its walls. But those who know never forget. This is the story of a place that became a black hole for lost souls, a magnet for murderers, and a canvas for unspeakable horror. The Cecil was built in 1927 with ambition and elegance. Its architecture rivaled the grandest hotels in California, towering 19 floors high with a gilded lobby, marble statues, polished brass, and a red-carpeted staircase that curled like a snake into the upper floors. It was meant to house businessmen, traveling families, and the elite of Los Angeles. But just 2 years later, everything changed. The Great Depression devastated the economy. The once vibrant city center became home to despair, crime, and addiction. The Cecil, built on dreams, was now sinking into shadows. As time passed, the surrounding area, now known as Skid Row, decayed. The neighborhood became a shelter for the homeless, the mentally ill, and the forgotten. The hotel, desperate to stay open, transitioned from luxury to low-income housing. Rooms were rented for weeks at a time, no questions asked. And that's when the dying began. The first recorded suicide occurred in 1931, and it was only the beginning. Over the next 60 years, the hotel would see dozens of suicides, overdoses, murders, and unsolved deaths. Some guests leapt from windows, the 7th floor, the 9th floor, even the 14th. Some slit their wrists. Others overdosed quietly, unnoticed for days. One woman gave birth in the bathroom and threw her newborn out the window. A man was found crushed after landing on a passerby. The police came and went. The press stopped reporting. Even locals shrugged. Death at the Cecil wasn't a tragedy, it was routine. But it wasn't just despair that haunted the Cecil. It was evil. In 1985, Richard Ramirez, the infamous Night Stalker, checked in. During his bloody rampage across California, Ramirez stayed at the Cecil, room 1402. He paid in cash. No ID. No luggage. The staff barely saw him. After each kill, he returned to the hotel, sometimes shirtless, sometimes covered in blood. He dumped his clothes in the dumpster behind the building and crept up the back staircase to his room. No one ever stopped him. No one ever asked. He was invisible in a place where monsters could blend in with the dying. And Ramirez wasn't the last killer to walk those halls. In 1991, Austrian journalist Jack Unterweger checked into the Cecil while covering a story about LA's red light district. He was charming, educated, a man who'd been released from prison in Europe after supposedly reforming. But within weeks of his stay, sex workers began turning up dead, strangled with their own bras. Unterweger, like Ramirez, used the Cecil as a base for murder. He later confessed to multiple killings, some of them committed during his stay. But the most chilling case in the hotel's long, cursed history was that of Elisa Lam. In January 2013, Elisa Lam, a 21-year-old student from Vancouver, arrived in Los Angeles for a solo trip. She was bright, artistic, and emotionally sensitive, living with bipolar disorder. She checked into the Cecil, unaware of its history. She posted photos from her room. She explored local bookstores. And then, she vanished. Her disappearance puzzled everyone. Her belongings were still in her room. Her phone and laptop were never found. Security footage became the key, and what it showed disturbed the world. The video captured her inside the hotel's elevator, acting erratically. She pressed multiple buttons. She peeked into the hallway, ducked into corners, waved her arms as if speaking to someone unseen. Her body language shifted from playful to terrified. Then she walked away. That was the last time anyone saw her alive. For days, police searched every floor, every hallway, every fire escape. They found nothing. And then, guests began complaining. The water was discolored. It tasted foul. Pressure was low. On February 19th, a maintenance worker climbed to the roof to inspect the tanks. What he found was the stuff of nightmares. Elisa Lam's body was floating naked in one of the water tanks. She had been in there for weeks. Her clothes were at the bottom. The tank's lid was heavy, almost impossible to lift alone. There were no ladders, no signs of trauma, no fingerprints. The rooftop was locked, alarmed, and under surveillance, yet no one saw her climb it. Theories exploded online. Was it suicide? An accident? Foul play? Some believed she was being stalked. Others claimed she was possessed. Her behavior in the elevator sparked endless speculation, from government mind control to paranormal interference. But in the end, the official cause of death was listed as accidental drowning, with her mental illness cited as a contributing factor. But few accept that explanation. The truth remains shrouded in mystery. And so the Cecil continued, briefly rebranded as Stay on Main, a cheap attempt to erase the past. But the darkness was never truly gone. Former employees report hearing whispering in empty hallways, seeing shadows that shouldn't be there. One night clerk claimed to hear footsteps on the roof, when no one was registered on the 14th floor. A cleaning woman quit after witnessing what she described as a man standing in the mirror, but not in the room. Even today, the Cecil draws the curious, the brave, and the foolish. Paranormal investigators, urban explorers, and true crime addicts come hoping to glimpse the darkness for themselves. Some leave with nothing but creepy photos. Others claim something followed them home. Many refuse to ever return. Because the Cecil is not just haunted by ghosts, it is haunted by truth. So the next time you're in Los Angeles, and you walk past a building with boarded windows and faded letters spelling out Cecil Hotel, stop for a moment. Listen. Watch the windows. Ask yourself, how many souls are still trapped inside? And how many more will the hotel take? If this story chilled you, subscribe to Abandoned Earth for more real stories from places the world has left behind. Turn on notifications. Because next time, we might go somewhere even darker. And remember, some places were never meant to be found.